Hello everyone, and welcome to the Super Mario 64 Task Comp, Task 17. 2018 Task Comp. The task for this task, it's a pretty interesting task. In Bob-omb Battlefield, jump off the Koopa the Quick's pole at the top of the mountain, collect 4 red coins, then enter any cannon. You must jump from the pole using the A button. Climbing down and pressing Z does not count, because there's some speed shenanigans you can do there. No interacting with any enemies or Koopa the Quick. No breaking exclamation mark boxes with caps in them before time starts, or wearing power-up caps before time starts. And no BLJing. Time starts the first frame Mario's in the air from jumping off the pole, and ends when you see an X on the camera when entering the cannon. That is the task description. There are a total of 43 entrants this task. That's quite a bit. With 2 DQs, so 41 entrants to go through. Without further ado, let's get on with it. Starting off, unfortunately, stop lagging. Unfortunately, in 41st place, Barry, a time of 34.47 and 100 re-records. Without further ado, let's load up their run. Better luck next time to Barry. Where are you? Description: I am literally the best, he says, getting second the last time in a row. Jumps off the pole and immediately goes down to the red coin on the slope in the back. First he's across to get all the way over the top. Actually does a dive recover on the top. Then goes around underneath, gets the red coin, does some fancy dive recovers to be able to get a bunch of speed. More walking. This is not an ABC task. He can do any movement he wants, such as diving or long jumping or running. Gets 4 red coins. Now just needs to enter a cannon. Triple jumps all the way over the top of the fence and goes into the cannon right at the end. Not a very good route. I expect better for you, Barry. That's right. 2 firsties and then walks. Barry, you gotta do better next time. Alright, next up, in 40th place, beating Barry by a solid almost 7 seconds, Lalit, time of 27.50 and 211 re-records. Let's load that up real quick. Up to Lalit. Description: I like watching these tasks on YouTube, and when I saw 16, I knew I wanted to at least participate in one. Well, did pretty good, beating the previous competitor by over 7 seconds. Triple jumping off at the top of the mountain to get a little bit of speed after jumping off the pole. Going all the way over here. Going over the cannon, probably going to these 2 red coins all the way over here. Using the slope to get a little bit of speed going into the red coins. Collecting those 2 that are right next to each other. Triple jumping, diving all the way onto the bridge. Going right past the pole. Probably use the special save state so that enemies aren't there. Gets the red coin right there, and then goes in the cannon right at the very end. Great job to Lalit, getting 40th place in this competition, destroying the previous competitor. Great job. Next up, in 39th place, 13Ms, with a time of 23.77 and 379 re-records. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to 13M, getting 39th place in this competition. Description: getting the TTC up warp on console via side RPB storage and a whole lot of skills. I don't even know what side RPB is. Climbs up to the top of the pole, changes the camera to get a little better of an angle on the setup here. What is he doing? Finally jumps off the pole. Gets a good angle to go all the way down to the red coin on the slide. Uses the slide speed to go all the way over. Jump dives all the way down to this red coin right here. Doesn't clip through the fence, instead goes back around. Nice dive recover into a side flip. Goes past the cannon right there. Goes onto the slope to get a little bit of extra speed. Does a quick turn to get those 2 red coins. Side flip dive, loves the side flip dives. Takes some damage and goes into the cannon right at the very end. Good job to 13Ms, getting 39th place in this competition. Doing a ton of side flips. That's actually the 2nd cannon glitch we've done, by the way. Great job. Next up, In 38th place, Brittany with a time of 22.97, cutting off 0.8 over 13Ms. With a re-record count of 2,181. Let's load up their run, shall we? Congratulations to Brittany. Where are you? Where are you, Brittany? There you are. Description: learn some fancy new tricks for this task. Hope you guys like it. Spins around the pole for a little bit. Mario, well known for working the poles, dives off the very top of the mountain, gets a bunch of speed from the slope, speed kicks down, into a kick turn down to grab that red coin, turns around immediately with the side flip. Side flips up, doesn't need to get the go onto the slope here, just goes onto the red coins in this manner. Turns around, does a triple jump, long jumps, and probably going to jump dive, yep, into the cannon right at the very end. Great job to Brittany, getting 38th place. I liked the speed kicks you were doing. Almost making it up at the very end to the top. Unfortunately bonking. Great job to you. Next up, in 37th place, barely beating Brittany by 1/10 of a second, Shadow XFM, with a time of 22.87 and 489 re-records. Let's load up their run, shall we? Congratulations to them. Oops, that's not the right run. There we go. Description: Task 17 fix. Probably having an earlier task that desynced. Waiting on the pole. Finally jumps off slide kicks to get a little bit of extra speed, doing some fancy camera stuff. Ground pounds all the way down, just to be able to get this red coin even faster. Does the standard side flips to get over those corners right there. Jumps dives to get a bunch of speed. Even more slide kicks. Falls off and dives, a little bit of an edge cancel right there. And triple jump dives all the way into the cannon at the very end. Great job to Shadow XFM, getting 37th place in this competition. Time of 22.87. Next up, in 36th place, Mr. Pickle with a time of 22.20 and 108 re-records. Nice little mini free run right here by Shadow XFM. In the meantime, Mr. Pickle 22.20 and 108 re-records. Let's load up their run, shall we? I was provided a special save state for this one. Dives down onto the red coin, gets a bunch of speed from this slope, goes backwards to be able to better get this red coin. Actually, yeah, opens that switch. There's nothing in the rules against opening that switch early. Goes over up the bridge, those two red coins, grides a little bit on that slope, and then goes in the cannon right at the very end. That's right, first person to open that switch. A little bit of mini cheese. That was allowed, however. Great job to Mr. Pickle for cheesing it a tiny bit. What is he doing? Doing some wing cap madness. In the meantime, next up, in 35th place, Simp, time of 21.57 and 258 re-records. Without further ado, let's load up their run, shall we? Simp. Starting off, immediately jumping off and then turning. Get a better angle, going all the way onto the island. First person to get this red coin, using a wing cap, also the first person to do this strat, flying onto the first one to avoid having to grab the tree, getting the red on the pole, then getting these two reds down here, speed kicking, conserving speed, using it to fly all the way over here into the cannon right at the very end. Great job to Simp. Very original route. To them doing some crazy stuff. Let me lower the bitrate settings. Good job to them doing some crazy stuff. Routes no one has seen yet. Good job. Next up, okay, lowered the video quality for a little bit. Cut it in half for all the people that are buffering. In the meantime, next up, 34th place, Yo, what's up? Getting 21.30. With 334 re-records. Let's load up their run, shall we? Nice little mini free run by Simp right there. Description: I'm bad at routing. In before bottom 5. No, you were actually not in bottom 5. You got a little bit better than that. Oh man, yo, what's up? He has player 2 enabled. So I have to explicitly close out of this. Go into my input settings. Make sure to disable player 2. Yo, what's up? Because there's really no need for it in Mario 64. Makes it a lot harder to play. Let's load it up right here. Nope, didn't load up. Here we go. Sorry about that little minor technical difficulty. Starts off on the pole, doing some crazy camera stuff. Try to get the perfect angle. Long jumps onto the island, just like the previous competitor. Is he going to do roughly the same thing? No, instead goes all the way down, gets the red coin on the tree, goes all the way down to the red coin right there, gets the chomp red coin. Long jumps over to the elevator reds, and then just needs to enter the cannon, which he does with the help of a triple jump dive. I already re-enabled read-only, guys, don't worry. Great job to Yo What's Up, finishing in 34th place in this competition, managing to do it with the help of 2 people. Next up, in 33rd, Etta, with a time of 21.27, beating Yo What's Up by a total of 1 frame. Good stuff to them. Let me disable player 2 real quick. Reload up the ROM. Let's load up their run, shall we? Also with a total of 39 re-records, you should point that out. I believe that is the lowest so far in the competition. Starts off on the pole. Trying to get the perfect angle. Eventually jumps up. Does the same long jump strat to get all the way down. Just grabs the tree to jump off it and get the red coin. A little bit different route, going for the chain chomp red, then going into the 2 over here with the help of 2 long jumps rather. Crazy movement, getting some speed from the slope, jumping, and then going all into the cannon at the very end. Just a good route right there by Etta. Doing great routing, managing to barely beat Yo What's Up and get 33rd in this competition. Next up, in 32nd, Letta's, famously known as having 26 of them in the alphabet, with a time of 20.67 and 30 re-records. Let's load up their run. Letta's managing to beat Etta by 0.6, I believe. 0.6 of a second. Congratulations to them. Jumping off, slide kicking, just to be able to get some speed to go all the way down. Skipping that red, no, not skipping the red coin, just doing some fancy diving all the way up. Jump diving all the way over to the chomp red coin. Long jumping over to the 2 right here. Getting speed from the slope, and just bouncing and jumping all the way into the cannon right at the very end. Great job to Letta's, finishing in 32nd place. Next up, in 31st place. Actually, I'm Jerome, with a time of 20.33 and 123 re-records. Let's load up their run, shall we? Congratulations to Actually I'm Jerome. Description: I'll actually try to put some effort into that TAS comp. I'd say did pretty well. Starting off changing the camera. Trying to get a better position of Mario. Jumps off and immediately long jumps all the way to the island. Little minor optimization helped save some frames. Double jumping onto that red coin. Most notably not using the enemy's gone. Has to avoid the chomp right here because of that. Probably lost him a little bit of time, unfortunately. Gets a bunch of speed from that slope. Dives over here. And goes into the cannon right at the very end. Great job to Actually I'm Jerome, finishing in 31st. Another cannon glitch right there. Great job to them. Next up, in 30th place, Mad Ghost Egg, finishing out pretty early with a time of 19.80 and 1,608 re-records. Better luck next time to Mad Ghost Deck. Let's load up their run, shall we? Where are you? There you are. Starts off at the top. Climbs up to the very top of the pole and dives off all the way on the backside, probably going for the red, getting some speed from that slope. The other red, nice glitchy wall kick to grab the ledge right there to be able to get up. Slide kicks, speed kicks, then tries to go all the way to the cannon over here with the help of that slope to get some speed, and then goes in right at the very end. Shut up, nonsense. Great job to Mad Ghost Deck, who was explicitly told they're out by the competition organizers. If I'm reading that correctly. Great strat talk. Just kidding. Either way, great job to Mad Ghost Deck, getting a 30th place in this competition. Next up, in 29th place, Mr. Pett, 1001, time of 19.77 and 292 re-records, beating Mad Ghost Deck by a singular frame. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Mr. Pett. Where's your run? Somewhere in here. There it is. Description, cheese. Okay, let's see this cheese he thought up. Let me guess, did he open the switch? Goes all the way down to the sliding red coin right at the very start. Yep, here's the cheese. Opened gate. First he's up, actually, to avoid having to go all the way around by the bridge. Gets the third red coin, the fourth red coin, side flips, and then long jumps, slides on the fence right there, and goes into the cannon right at the very end of his run. Finishing with 19.77 and doing yet another cannon glitch. Either way, great job to Mr. Pett, finishing in 29th place. Next up, in 28th place, the legendary Moo Beitia, finishing with a time of 18.60. That's right, a whole second cut over Mr. Pett. Let's load up their run, shall we? Description, la la la, as always. Getting as close to the ground as possible to be able to get a bunch of speed, jumping singular jump all the way down. Slide kick, and so much slide kicks to conserve the speed all the way over to these two red coins. What an interesting route, going all the way to the elevator red coin, I believe. With the sparkly triple jump, going on the fence, and then double jumping and diving all the way in to the cannon. That route, that run looked really cool. Great job to Moo Beitia, landing in the cannon again. Nice shot. Great job to them, doing particularly well, looking particularly well in this competition. Next up, in 27th place, Kenneth, time of 18.40 and 481 re-records. I believe this is their first entry to the competition. Good job. Managing to get in the top 30. Let's load up their run. Description, surprisingly proud of this. Starts off with some crazy camera action on the pole. Jumps off and then does two long jumps to be able to get all the way to the island. Sparkly triple jumps and ground pounds to be able to get the wing cap. Immediately starts flying to get the second, the third, and the fourth red coins. And then flying all the way into the cannon right at the very end. Just doing some wing cap action. Wing cap action to be able to get 27th place in this competition. Great job to Kenneth, doing particularly well. Next up, in 26th place, that cow guy with a time of 18.20 and 1,366 re-records. Let's load up their run, also cutting off 0.2 off of the previous competitor. That cow guy. I don't even know how to pronounce this description, so I'm just not going to say it. Jumping off the pole at the very top, just sliding off the edge there. Doing some wall kicks to be able to get all the way up. A little bit of a minor optimization there. speed kicks to get those reds, and jump diving all the way into the cannon at the very end. Nice first stage right there, just doing some great routing to be able to get 26th place in this competition. Great job to that cow guy. Next up, in 25th place, rounding out the top 25, Jonghyun, the legendary TASer, time of 18.10 and 4,579 rave records. Let's load up their run. Description: guys, you forgot to BLJ. BLJ was explicitly banned before anyone asks. Long jumps all the way to the island. Side flips to get the one red. Jumps down all the way to the second red, which is all the way below the island. Going for the chain chomp. Probably going to go for the elevators. Actually using the post to stop his speed. Goes for the elevators, and then sparkly triple jumps with the help of a dive to get all the way into the cannon at the very end. Great job to Jonghyun, finishing in 25th place in this competition. Next up, in 24th place, the legendary freerunner, Brett, finishing with a time of 17.80 and 2,189 rave records. Getting out a little bit early, unfortunate to Brett. Let's load up their run. Description: oh boy, another task where I show my horrendous routing skills. Unfortunate. Long jumping all the way to the island. Double jumping and immediately getting the wing cap. Going all the way over here, probably going to get the elevator, the chomps, and then where's the last red he's going to get? Get some speed from that slope, conserves it with some speed kicks, and then gets the red and double jumps into the cannon right at the very end. Great job to Brett, getting 24th place in this competition. Time of 17.80. Can confirm what CeeSZee just said. Here's the legendary freerunner showing off a little bit of his freerunning skills in the meantime. Next up. What is going on here? This is crazy. Next up, in 23rd place, not Plush. Time of 17.20 and 3,563 re-records. Good job to not Plush. Let's load up your run. Not Plush beating a legendary freerunner. Description: TAS a real stream drinking game. Take a shot every time Ted says gets a bunch of speed. Hey, you try describing it, alright? Jump dives, gets a bunch of speed by jumping off that. Gets a bunch of speed by diving off of that. Gets a bunch of speed by diving over that slope. Gets a bunch of speed, even more dives. Long jumping with a bunch of speed over to those reds. Gets a bunch of speed with these reds. Doesn't get a bunch of speed from that slope. Goes very slow into the cannon at the very end. Even does a dive recover with a bunch of speed right there. There. Is that enough bunches of speed for you, not Plush? There you go. Next up, in 22nd place, a deal with a time of 17 seconds flat with a record count of 2,029. Great job to them. Let's load up their run. Description: I hope I don't DQ. No, you did pretty good. You almost made it into the top half. Jumps off. Uses the slope to get some speed. Punches off the ledge. Long jumps and actually jumps on the top. You can actually stand up there. Little known thing. Conserves the speed with the speed kicks and jump dives all the way into the cannon at the very end, barely making it in. Great job to Adil, getting 22nd place in this competition. Next up, in 21st place, Alex X 167, time of 16.73 and 3,600. What the heck? And 3,693 re-records. Without further ado, let's load up their run. Better luck next time to Alex, who barely missed out on the top half. Jumping off the pole, going all the way down to the top, able to slide kick their way down, to be able to roll out at any point. Just jump dives after a wall kick up there. Gets the two reds down here, jumps over, and gets in the cannon with the help of a jump dive. Great job to Alex, getting 21st place in this competition. Barely missing out on the top half. Next up, in 20th place, pretty large time cut with Underwater, getting a time of 15.93 with 840 re-records, cutting off 0.8 over Alex. Let's load up their run. Congratulations, Underwater, for getting into the top 20 in this competition. Description: didn't do bad last time. I think I did better this time, though. I hope you did. Jumps off, gets over to the island with the help of that dive recover and long jump. Breaks the box with the help of a double jump, does another flying TAS. Gets the elevator. Looks like they're going to cancel the flying by getting these 2 reds, and then jump dives using the wing cap a little bit to slow their descent and fall into the cannon right at the very end. Great job Underwater, getting 15.93 in this competition. Next up, the legendary TASer ERGC Zander, the time of 15.87 and 2,828 re-records. Without further ado, let's load up their run. There you are. Description: any bets on whether or not someone forgot to include my prefix? Okay, I didn't. Long jumps all the way to the island, with a different camera angle. Gets the wing cap before getting that red coin, actually flies to get it first. A bunch of speed, goes as close to the ground as possible there without getting it. Gets those 2 reds, actually still staying in the air, and just flies at the very end all the way into the cannon. Just some great flying mastership right there by Zander to do some crazy stuff and get into the top 20 in this competition. Getting a star right at the very end just to show off. Next up, not in 18th place, not in 17th place, but in 16th place, Forever Park with a time of 15.80 and 111 re-records. That's right, there is a 3-way tie for 16th. Let's watch the first finisher, Forever Park. Description: I didn't know Task 16 had ended. Unfortunate. Jumps off the post. Goes all the way down past the sign back here. Gets that red. Pretty unique route. Haven't seen this one in quite a bit. Double jumps on the elevators. Long jumps over past the post. Gets the first red. Does not need to get the other one. That way they can just go over here and get into the cannon right at the very end. Great job to Forever Park, finishing in 16th place. He says, how did I place 16th? I don't know. Either way, good job. Next up, also in 16th place, Zombie, the time of 15.80. Let's load up their run, shall we? Jumps off the post. Long jumps all the way to the island. How are they going to get the red? Gets it with a side flip. Does not bother for the wing cap. Doesn't need it. Gets the chain chomp red and then the 2 reds over here. Doesn't bother going for the slope. Just does a jump dive into the cannon right at the very end. Great job to Zombie, also getting 16th place in this competition. Next up, also in 16th place, Fifth Dispense, the time of 15.80 and 770 re-records. Let's load up their run, shall we? Description: as always, la la la. Wait, you're not Moo Beitia. Let's load up your run. Jumps off the post. Also long jumps to the island. Seems to be a pretty common theme, as you can get 2 reds immediately and a wing cap if you so desire. 2 reds being this one and anyone you fall down onto. Getting the 2 reds right there and then flying all the way into the cannon. Yet another flight run. Great job to Fifth Dispense, getting 16th, barely missing out on the top 15 in this competition. In the meantime, next up, in 15th place, the first non-tie in a while, Can Kicker 8, with a time of 15.07, and a re-record count of 5,140. And not Plush, you didn't get top half if that run is faster. Even if that run's slower than you, you still did not get top half. I just want to point that out. You missed it by 1 if it's slower than you. In the meantime, let's watch Can Kicker's run. That's right, a cut this high, this far up. You guys better be worried if you're still in. Description, Rush is going down this time, I promise. No. Jumps off the pole. Slide kicks all the way down to this red coin right here. A little bit of a mini optimization there to get that really quick. Speed kicks and jump dives all the way over the fence. Doesn't even need to go under the bridge. And jump dives over this fence as well to go straight into the cannon. Great job to Can Kicker, finishing in 15th place in this competition. Some minor optimizations showing off how the real Tassers do it. Next up, in 14th place, getting out pretty early, the legendary Nonsense, the time of 14.93 and 3,436 re-records. Let's load up their run. Better luck next time to Nonsense. Not even making the top 10, unfortunate. Description, I hope legendary Tasser CeeSZee isn't... Oh my god, oh that's disgusting. Why would you ever put that in a description? Jumps off the post. Falls all the way down and jump dives to the island. That's an optimization we haven't seen so far. Immediately goes into flight mode to get that red coin, and then the other two right here. It's actually faster to go into this cannon with the help of a double jump. Great optimization, showing why he's a legendary Tasser. Not even long jumping from the top. Actually doing a jump dive with some crazy stuff. I'm getting word that that cannon's actually slow and that lost him some time. Unfortunate routing. Dang. But in the meantime, great job to Nonsense. Next up, in 13th place, their first entry into this competition, DS273, with a time of 14.80 and 1,220 re-records. Great job to them, doing particularly well on their first TAS competition entry of SM64. Let's load up their run. Description, apologies for the 10 seconds of sitting around at the start. I don't know how to remove it. That's fine. People have sat around for a lot more than 10 seconds. There we go. Falls all the way down, jump dives, and uses the slope. Wall kicks off the elevator to get that red. Wow, I never even considered doing that. That's crazy. Gets the 2 reds right there and bounces with the help of that fence into the cannon. Great job to DS273. Almost making it into the top 10 on their first appearance. That's crazy. Next up, in 12th place, Super Watermelon 64, barely beating DS273 by a frame with the time of 14.77 and 23,402 re-records. What on earth? That's a ridiculous amount of re-records. Let's load up their run. Where are you? Where are you, Super Watermelon 64? Where did you put yourself? There you are. Description, the sweet pickle that says "da-dun." Doing some fancy dives and dive covers to get down to this red coin. Speed kicks, triple jumps on the white slope. Long jumps across, past the bridge. Gets these 2 reds, and then triple jump dives all the way into the cannon at the very end. Fitting in there like a glove. What on earth were that was an insane amount of re-records. Just want to point that out. 23,000. That might be the most in the entire competition. Well, so far. Next up, in 11th place, barely missing out on the top 10. Better luck next time to Skeptics, finishing with a time of 14.70 and 69 re-records. Wonder if that's a reference to. Let's load up their run, shall we? Unfortunate to Skeptics, barely missing out on the top 10. Starting off immediately jumping off the pole. Long jumping across the island. A little bit of a better angle. using the corner of the cannon lid to get a double jump out even faster than just pressing A twice. Doing some flying action to get these last 2 red coins and just flying into the cannon right at the very end. Some crazy camera stuff right there as well. Great job to Skeptics, finishing in 11th place, barely missing out on the top 10. And now, for the top 10 of this competition, beating Skeptics by 1 singular frame, Tomato Bird 8, time of 14.67 and 1,147 re-records. Let's load up their run, shall we? Congratulations to Tomato Bird, getting yet another top 10. Description: Hey, Ted and Chat, can we get some Cat 2 in the chat? Don't know what that means, but either way, jumping off the pole, going all the way to the corner of the island, heading straight for the wing cap box, getting the first red with the help of a triple jump, getting a completely different sequence of reds and a completely different cannon than the previous competitors, conserving speed with a bunch of speed kicks, and going into the cannon right at the very end. Great job to Tomato Bird, getting 10th place in this competition, doing some fancy flying action. Next up, no, you gotta watch it again. Watch this run one more time, because it is in the top 10. Watch that one more time, see what order the red coins he's done. A unique order, I believe. Long jumps all the way over, breaks the wing cap box with the help of a side flip to get up a little bit faster, flies down to get the red coin right there, the chomp red coin and the elevator red coin before going right into the cannon at the very end. Great job to Tomato Bird, getting a 10th place in this competition. Next up, in 9th place, Aj, the time of 14.5 seconds and 2,815 re-records. Let's load up their run, shall we? What are you doing, Tomato Bird? Showing off some little bit of Mario crouch glitches right here. Just a visual glitch. Fun times. Let's load up Aj's run. Aj, where are you? There you are. Not reading that description. Starts off getting a good position on the pole. Long jumps all the way across. Also going for the wing cap, but does a completely different route. Going for the chain chomp first. Getting the 2 reds, and then landing and diving off of the fence into the cannon right at the very end. Great job to Aj. Getting in the top 10 in this competition by sheer optimization. Let's load that one more time. Long jumps across the island. Side flips to break the box a little faster. A little minor optimization there. Save some frames. Gets the chain chomp reds. There's 2 reds over here, and then dives after getting on the fence into the cannon right at the very end. Great job to Aj for getting into the top 10 in this competition, getting 9th place. Next up, in 8th place, Mr. Schat. Congratulations, with a time of 14.40, cutting off 1/10 of a second over Aj, and 14,375 re-records. The re-record counts on these runs are crazy. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Mr. Schat. Description: the moment you beat Can Kicker, yes. Alex, yes. Not Plush, yes. Aegis, I don't know where Aegis even is. And Rush, I don't believe Aegis is actually in these results, unfortunately. Jump dives all the way off the island. Gets the little mountain right there, red coin, into the chomp. Jump dives all the way across. The 2 reds. And jump dives into the cannon right at the very end. Great job to you, Mr. Schat, getting 14.40. 8th place. Let's load that up one more time. A lot of these runs, pretty similar routes. Just managing to show off better execution. This one going all the way down to the mountain red coin. Jumping over the top. Getting the chain chomp red, the 2 reds over here. And then jump diving over the fence to get into the cannon right at the very end. Yes, conserving speed off of the pole is banned. So otherwise everyone would just conserve rebellion speed, and that would be broke. But in the meantime, next up, in 7th place, Speedy cubed 64, with a time of 14.10 and 1,420 re-records. Great job to them. Let's load up their run. Congratulations on another top 10. Truly showing that you are the Speedy cubed. Description: I hope I don't get yelled on by 1 frame this time. Oh, don't worry. You got yelled on by way more than a frame. Jump dives all the way down, doing a pretty similar route to the last competitor, Mr. Shots. Jump diving over the mountain. Triple jumping off of the fence, actually, to be able to make it across. Conserving speed, not conserving speed, just slide kicking to get speed, and then jump diving into the cannon right at the very end. Let's watch that one more time. Cool camera movement as well, showing off how cool Mario 64 can look. Jump dives into the chain chomp red. Triple jumps all the way off the fence right there. Little minor optimization. Slide kicks, messes with the pole a little bit, and then jump dives all the way into the cannon at the very end. Great job to Speedy Cube, getting 7th place in this competition. Getting all the way almost to the other cannon with the help of that cannon shot. Next up, in 6th place, barely missing out on the top 5, Rush 57. Time of 13.87. You truly did get yoded on, Speedy Cubed. With a re-record count of 2,250. Let's load up their run, shall we? Congratulations to Rush for yet another top 10 appearance. Description: if you're reading this, I forgot to hex in the description. Unfortunate. Starting off with some damage off the pole. Falling all the way down. Getting the first red, the second red by jumping over the pole. Triple jumping all the way over. Pretty similar runs. Actually managing to pound the poles to not have to go around them, saving off a little bit of time. Minor optimization that probably saved him a considerable amount of frames. Great job to Rush 57. Let's watch that one more time. That's right, there was no rule against pounding the poles either. Going all the way down the mountain to this red coin at the very start. Chain chomp red coin with the help of a double jump dive. Then also does a another double jump dive into these 2 red coins and a jump dive into the cannon right at the very end. Great job, Rush 57, for a 6th place finish. Next up, in 5th place, getting the first person out in the top 5, the legendary TASer Nis. The time of 13.60 and 4,444 re-records. Let's load up their run. Description: my run might be a little updog this time around. I agree. Here's a dog in chat. Let's load up your run. Starts off by sliding down, turns a little bit, jumps off the pole, does the little faster way to get to the top of the mountain, or the island rather, not the top of the mountain, gets the red, flies a little bit, uses the secondary, the almost fully down pole to get a little better of a triple jump to get all the way into the cannon at the very end, cheesing it a little bit. Let's load that one more time. Great job to Nis. That's right, he actually used that semi-pounded pole to get a little bit of extra speed on that triple jump, making it all the way into the cannon a little bit faster, I believe. Also pounded that pole. Uses the wing cap to make it all the way in at the very end. Great job to Nis. Showing off in the end. Great job. Even the tasters in the chat don't know how he got those reds. He's crazy. Next up, in 4th place, barely missing out a medal on this time. You guys suspected it. We all knew it would happen. The legendary CeeSZee. Just kidding. It's actually Dargos with a time of 13.47. And 11,029 re-records. Let's load up their run. So close, Dargos, to yet another medal. Unfortunate. Starts out by jumping off the pole. Does the fast way to the island. Side flips. And triple jumps off at the sign. Very fast right there. Flies to the chain chomp, gets those 2 reds, and then manages to barely cut the corner and fly into the cannon right at the very end. That's crazy. Great job to Dargos, getting 4th place in this competition. Let's watch that one more time. That was crazy. These runs are truly insane at this point. Description, no description entered, Kappa. I saw it. I see you. Goes the fast way across. Side flips. And lands on the sign and triple jumps on it. Gets that red. Those 2 reds, and then flies right into the cannon at the very end. Great job to Dargos, finishing in 4th place in the competition. And now, for your final 3. Coming in 3rd place. Doing a particularly good job in this competition, the legendary MKDasher. With a time of 13.13 and 2,345 re-records. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to MK for a bronze medal. Description, stop banning Shell, please. That's on the competition organizers. Changing the camera with the music. Truly a man that knows how to show off in Mario 64. Jumps off the post. Fancy, fast way across. Side flips, gets the red coin on the island. Chain chop red coin, and yet another flying right into the cannon at the very end. That means he was DQ'd, Zander, by the way. Great job, MKDasher. Let's watch that one more time. The fast way across the island, really saving a bunch of time, rather than the long jump. Finally jumps off the pole. Fast way across with some dive grinding to get some speed. Triple jumps to fly and to get that red. Gets the chain chomp red, barely makes it over the post. Gets the other 2 reds and then goes in the cannon right at the very end. Just some flying things. Great job to MKDasher, getting 3rd place in this competition. And now, for your 2nd place finisher, great job to the legendary CeeSZee with a time of 12.77 and 24,906 re-records. This guy is crazy. Let's load up their run. Don't spoil who the winner is, by the way, if you think you know who they are. Starts off jumping off the island, actually does a long jump all the way down to that slope. Wow, what on earth? What the heck is this run, Sam? We gotta watch this one at least twice. At least 3 times. What the heck? That was ridiculous. We're watching that one at least 2 more times, even if it wasn't 1st place. Just because I couldn't even comment, I couldn't even figure out what was going on. Jump dives all the way over, or long jumps rather, all the way over to the slope. Bounces to conserve speed. Long jumps, or wall jumps with 3 firsties, including off the post. Slides a little bit more to get those reds, and then jump dives into the cannon right at the very end. Great job to CeeSZee, getting 2nd place in the competition with a crazy route. I want to watch that one more time, just because that looked crazy. So unique compared to all the other routes. I believe only one other person used this slope. Bouncing a lot. Wall kicking 3 times off of the elevator, the wall, and the post, getting those 2 reds, landing on the post, and then diving into the cannon right at the very end. That was great. Great job to CeeSZee for any other silver medal. But it's not over yet. Somebody won. In 1st place, I'm not going to fake you out this time. No Luke Soward. In 1st place. And yes, this time is correct. I did double check. This was the time that I double checked before the run started because I couldn't believe it. In 1st place, SM64 expert with a time of 10.73 and 741 re-records. That's right, a time cut of over 2 seconds. What on earth? A time cut of over 2 seconds in first place. I want to watch this run. What the heck, SM64 expert? Let's see what he does. Jumps off the post. Makes it all the way down. C up trick to get a bunch of speed. Conserve speed off the pole. Goes backwards onto the fence. And goes backwards. C ups up the slope. All the way into the cannon. Right at the very end. That's right. That's a winning run. That saves 2 seconds over the other competitors. Let's watch that one more time. A so-called low tat, as he called it earlier in chat. That's right, I saw that. Getting first place by over 120 frames. Jumps off the post. Goes down with the C-up trick to get a bunch of speed. Grabs the tree. Conserves speed off the tree. Gets a bunch of reds all over the place. And then goes in the cannon right at the very end. That's right, gets a bunch of speed without even using BLJ or any shenanigans. Great job to SM64 Expert. Let's do the slow-mo watch just to really see what the heck happened here. Gets a good angle. Jumps off. Lands on this white piece of geometry. Gets a bunch of speed with the C-up trick. Grabs the tree. Does a trick to conserve speed off the tree. Gets those 2 reds. That red. C-up trick right here to get up the slope and into the cannon. Right at the very end. Crazy run. Crazy run to SM64 Expert. Really destroying everyone else in this competition. Beating the second place competitor by, like, over 2 seconds. Great job, SM64 Expert, truly showing that his name matches his results. In the meantime, the run. Yeah, 741 re-records is probably hexed, but in the meantime, we're not over yet. We have 2 DQs to show off. One, the legendary Ugandan Knuckles, whose submission does not include a save state file, so this probably won't work. Let's see if it does. Guess what happened? It didn't work. That's right, didn't work. He's dead. In the meantime, the other DQ, Pikachu, who very unfortunately had his run desync without realizing it. So unfortunate when that happens. You hate to see that happen. Where are you, Pikachu? Description: why is ice free in America? Isn't that anti-capitalist? We're not even getting into politics on this stream. Jumps off the very top of the pole. First person to do that. What is going on? Try to tell me this run desynced? What is going on with this run? There's one red. Nope, he misses it. Not even really sure. This is a very desynced run. And that's the end. That is the finish of the SM64 Task Comp 2018 Task 17. Congratulations to everyone who participated. Congratulations to SM64 Expert for destroying the competition. Doing some crazy stuff to really just knock everyone else out of the park. But it's not over yet. We still have one more thing to show off, and that is... Me too, Mario. One more thing to show off, and that is the next task. Task 18. It's in Lethal Lava Land. That's right, yet another Lethal Lava Land task. In Lethal Lava Land, warp from the small island where the wing cap is to the area where the Mr. Eye is normally located, and collect 5 of the 8 red coins that were manually placed throughout the level. End by entering the volcano. Time starts when the stage is visible after warping and ends when the screen goes fully black after entering the volcano. You may not use the wing cap. You may not BLJ. You may not interact with any enemies. No collecting red coins before warping. And as always with these manually placed red coins, no pressing L to spawn them. This is a solo task, no cooperation, and the deadline is 15th of September at 10 p.m. GMT. The save states will be provided, and you can see all the locations of them on the screen. There's all the red coin locations that are being shown off, all 8 of them. You need to collect at least 5. But in the meantime, that is the end of Super Mario 64 Task Competition Task 17. I'm excited to show you guys Task 18 in 2 weeks. Thanks everyone for watching. Congratulations to everyone for participating. I am 11059, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.